Lindsay Berman, Devis, 128 South Street Drive. In industrial park, what kind of jobs are being created? Because if you look at Amazon, that's like $15 an hour. They'll never be able to afford the housing that you're building. So create professional jobs that the people can actually afford to buy these houses that are $300,000.
With no basements.
I can share with you that that the one potential tenant that I met with personally, they had used a number of $48,000 per employee per year as their average.
That doesn't afford $300,000.
We are also building apartments.
Those wetlands serve a very valuable function right there. Stormwater management. Been talked about all along. You see Meadow Park? Meadow Park used to be not like it is today, but it was filled in and now it's flooded. So when you sit there and you fill all those wetlands or some of those wetlands, that water has to go somewhere, especially if you're going to put large industrial, distribution centers, parking areas, impervious surface, houses, concrete, things like that. The water's going to have to go somewhere. If you look at the topo maps, the topographic maps, you look at the flood zone, look at everything, all of that water now, there's a little creek that runs off Frenchtown and goes down to a neighborhood just south of Frenchtown that's in the flood zone. All that water is going to go there. And all those houses down there are going to now be subject to flooding because you're not going to be able to manage that water with the 2012 regulations. And I say this because this is what I do for a living. I'm an engineer in Maryland, so I know this. I mean, I'm a little concerned that you're coming up with even conceptual plans when you haven't checked some key boxes like traffic everyone's talked about, like schools, like the financials of this, the cost for this infrastructure, the cost to build this up from the town and county, and the tax revenue you're going to get. Is that going to go away because you've got to use all that for this? So there's just a lot of key questions I think it would benefit a lot of people here if we had some answers on so that you had an understanding what's going in place isn't going to flood homes, isn't going to cause more accidents.
Yes, sir.
I want you to explain to this group on a variable. This is a concept. That's one you said the other area, 150 houses. You're going to sign off to a huge construction outfit or home builder to start building. I'm sure there's going to be clauses in his contract. If things start to go south, those houses don't sell, you're going to be looking at row houses, townhouses, and apartments. Are you going to put clauses in that contract? If you say 150, single family, you don't mean 500 row houses with parking right out front, boats backed up in there, and who's going to come down and pay this kind of money?
Well, actually, the town is enacting in their ordinance restrictions to protect just that.
There may not be a trucking company based there like Estes is, but there will be enough truck traffic through there that it's just like having one thing. The trucks have got to come and go. That's the only way they can survive. That's going to impact everybody here. Me being one for sure. And anybody else that backs up to that pink stuff, you're going to get it. As far as your noise barrier goes, I can, where I live, hear when the trash truck comes around at 3 o'clock in the morning. All through Upton, all through the shopping center across Route 40. So I don't know what kind of noise barrier you're going to put up, but that close to my house is going to have to be a real good one. And anybody else that backs up to that.
Yes,
My name is Elizabeth Allen, 25 Elizabeth Street, Elton. We came here with the aspect of the quiet where we live. And what I'm being told, and pretty much just described to me, is that it's all going to be in our backyard, more or less. The main question is tonight, you've answered questions, you've had questions thrown at you any which way, but it sounds to me, and what my husband describes as to me, that even though we're getting all these questions and answers, it is already a done deal. Is that a true statement?
No, this is part of the process. I'm here to introduce myself, to solicit your comments and questions, no matter if they're good or bad,
Right,
to listen to.
right. But
So-
isn't this already bought? That's the
No, it's
question.
not bought.
It's not
The
bought.
man introduced me as a contract purchaser, so it's not bought, no ma'am.
So it can be no, once everybody gets together and answers, no, we don't want this? Is that a good fact?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna listen to what your input is. And then I need to make business decisions, obviously.
Right.
Things that work, things that don't work. You know, I gotta look at the project as a whole. So, you know, this is a concept. Can something change? Sure, something can change. This is what I'm proposing at this point. Nothing is set in stone until the process continues to go on.
The other thing is who gets the deciding factor of whether this gets set in stone, whether it gets approved? Is the residents gonna have a vote in that? Or is that something that your council and the mayor and all
And
that is
Mayor,
gonna
can
decide?
that go on a ballot and we vote on it the next election?
Well, listen,
I think you're gonna have the county against you.
absolutely. Without question, they are. But I want to stress, this is a very, I actually give Mr. Jackson a lot of credit for coming here with a concept in front of everyone so they can give their input. And once again, I want to stress to everyone, this is currently zoned high-density residential R3. Was a concept in 2007, 2008 to put 2,500 homes, townhouses, row houses, as they were said. That's still on the books. So what I want to get at here, do you want to move forward with a project like that, or do you want to move forward with something else that we can all have some input in?
Is it gonna be voted by the people?
To answer your question, this will have to be brought in front of our planning board, the town planning board, which is residents of the town who live in our town. And listen, I don't mean that the wrong way, because you're right on the outskirts. Most of the folks that have spoke tonight are not in the town of Elton. You're on the outskirts of the town. And that's a shame for you. I really feel for you here.
No, we're right there. We're right there. Right there, we're right there.
What was your address?
Are going to be affected by this.
I said, are the residents of the town of Elton gonna be in on this voting?
The residents of the town of Elton absolutely have a say in this project, without question.
And we are in the town.